The Samsung Galaxy S24 FE is a shining example of how to do a more budget-friendly phone right. You get a high-quality display, strong performance levels, and even beautiful cameras. There's a lot to love here. But of course, the real focus of the Galaxy S24 FE isn't on its performance or even its price. It's on AI. That's right, artificial intelligence, or as Samsung says, advanced intelligence, plays a starring role for the Samsung Galaxy S24 FE. You won't miss out on the features found on more expensive Galaxy S24 devices, i.e., the best Samsung phones, so you'll get full access to photo editing, transcription, and text-generating tools. But how good are these AI features? Well, it's a mixed bag. Design: thicker and heavier than the standard Galaxy S24. iPhone-esque design, IP68 certified. Let's cut to the chase here. The Samsung Galaxy S24 FE undoubtedly has an iPhone-like appearance. Everything from its smooth, curved corners to its low-key color options feels familiar. Is this a problem? For me, no. I'm a fan of the minimalistic, rounded look of this device, although those seeking out a more angular aesthetic may wish Samsung went down the Galaxy S24 Ultra path. There are a total of 5 color options at the point of release. Kinda. The Galaxy S24 FE comes in blue, graphite, grey, mint, or yellow. For those of you in Australia, you unfortunately have the fewest options, with grey being a US-only edition and yellow only available in the UK. The colour options here have more of a professional than party vibe to them, but again, if you like a low-key look, this will suit your tastes. I tested the blue variant, which had a beautiful pastel look. I'd highly recommend it if you're tempted by this phone. One aspect that I also liked about the Galaxy S24 FE is the button placements. Unlike Apple's phones, this has all of its buttons on one side. That's especially ideal if you're holding the phone in landscape mode. With this configuration, you're less likely to accidentally press power or volume up/down when trying to play a game or take photos. The Galaxy S24 FE uses scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass Victus Plus and Victus 5 on the front and back, as opposed to the Victus 2 glass used for the standard Galaxy S24. During testing, the glass never got scratched or scuffed, but I wasn't a huge fan of how easily fingerprint marks would manifest on the reverse side of the phone. Display. One of the more noticeable changes from the standard Galaxy S24 is a fairly significant brightness downgrade. The Galaxy S24 has 2600 nit peak brightness, whereas the FE can only reach up to 1900 nits. This was still a considerable step up for me personally, as I typically carry the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4, which peaks at 1200 nits. So, if like me, you have a handset that's a few years old, you'll still be impressed by the brightness levels on offer. The Samsung Galaxy S24 FE might not have the brightest, most crisp display on the market, but for the price you pay, it's very strong. Eye-catching color, a 120Hz refresh rate, and customizable display options mean you're sacrificing very little against the standard Galaxy S24. Cameras, crisp 3x zoom. Pictures could be sharper in lower light. Beautiful 8K, 30 frames per second video. It's good news if you're a keen photographer. The Samsung Galaxy S24 FE offers great camera quality. And you're not sacrificing much compared to the standard Galaxy S24. The main alteration Samsung has made versus its flagship phone is that the Galaxy S24 FE uses an 8MP sensor for 3 times optical zoom. That's a slight downgrade from the Galaxy S24, which uses a 10MP sensor. This isn't a big deal. The 3x zoom quality is still sharp, and getting real zoom in a phone at this price point is great. Competitors, like the Apple iPhone 15 and Google Pixel 8, pass on 3 times optical zoom. When we tested the Samsung Galaxy S24, we were very impressed by the camera performance, and I'm happy to report that the Galaxy S24 FE did not disappoint. Performance. only slightly weaker processor than classic Galaxy S24. Solid 8 GB of RAM. AI load times can be a little long, given that it's a considerable $150 per £150 per 300 Australian dollars less than the Samsung Galaxy S24. The Galaxy S24 FE doesn't take too much of a dip performance-wise. The key difference here is that the Galaxy 24 FE adds an E onto the end of the Galaxy S24's Exynos 2400 processor. So what's the deal with the Exynos 2400E? Well, it's essentially a weaker chipset that, while offering slightly slower processing speeds, also cuts down on power consumption. Paired with the Galaxy S24 FE's higher capacity battery, you'll get lots of life out of this phone.